Hey, great Monday evening. Actually, uh, I'm trying to do two, three things at the same time. It has been a very, very hot day in the city of Brownsville. As you see, I got a painting on my side. No one else out there. Este, it's it's such a busy time, man. It really is. Ruli, ¿cómo estás, mi amor? Evening, Joe, my man. Good to see you. Hey, my Saucillo family. I love y'all. Good evening, Diana Hermosa. ¿Cómo estás, mi amor? Good evening, Leah. Thanks for coming by, Leah. Diana Hermosa, ¿cómo estás? And Olivares, Agnes. I love the name Agnes. I always have. It really is an awesome name. Hey, Kenina, ¿cómo estás? Again, it's kind of a weird. What's up, Josh? You doing, my man? Buenas noches, Rosy, ¿cómo estás? Hola, hermosa Normita. Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. Saludos, Eduardo, ¿cómo estamos? Saludos a Frankie de parte de los Saucillo. Mi hermosa familia Saucillo. Galbraith, hey, breakfast soon. We can't, but hopefully soon. God bless, love you. Buenas noches, Ana Delia, ¿cómo estamos? Hilda Hermosa, ¿cómo estamos? Folks coming in. Gracias. Greetings, Miss Huerta. How you doing? Love you. And Juanes, ¿cómo estamos? Buenas. I'm trying to catch up. GBGC! Saludos, papá. Handsome guys. Thank you, Lupe. You too. Agnes, I really love the name. Saludos para Paco. No, Francisco, me quieres pescar. Frankie se peinó. It's a miracle, brother. Hey, Julio, love you, man. Buenas noches, caballeros. ¿Cómo está, joven? Buenas noches, Gloria Hermosa. ¿Cómo está? Buenas tardes, Erasmo Rogelio. Buenas noches. Oh, my gosh, I can't catch up. Vanette, buenas noches. Buenas noches, Nelly. Hey, it's just a rock.
La piedra.
La piedra. What's up, Treviño? ¿Cómo estamos?
¿Qué onda?
Luis. Hermosa Connie, ¿cómo estás? Buenas noches, buenas noches. Saludos a Mayra. Good night, I Juan, my man. Love this guy. Free John White. Yeah, I think 9 more days. I want a cookie. Cindy, stop by the office tomorrow, please, and pick up. I'm actually getting a new batch. Should have gotten in tonight. Hey, Robert, how's it going? Hola, Rodney. Free John White. Free John White. Free John. Good evening, Pedro. ¿Cómo estamos? Gosh, guys, I can't catch up. Good evening, everyone else. Un día a la vez. Saludos. Hinojosa. Good evening, Julio, Tess. Guys, Gaby, Hermosa, where are you bringing my candies? I'll send you. I'm taking you some cookies tonight. Be awake, Gabriela. And open the damn door. Frankie, I can't. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, we do have Michael with us today. How you doing, Michael?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. You look good with those headphones, man.
With no more glasses.
Casi le van bien padre.
Hey, la papá todavía.
What's mine's gone. What's up? I'm glad to see you doing. Thank you, Thomas. Love you, bro. Joe. Guys, I'm going to start off with a very, very unfortunate story. One of the things that we did learn today. Again, look, when I'm going through my news feed, and if you know, I'm going constantly through my news feed, and I'm seeing so many people, guys, on there. And again, I spend a lot of time on social media, a lot of posts out there where people have been losing their loved ones. Too much, man. Too much. And a lot of individuals that are asking for prayers because, their family members have tested positive. You kind of start to sense the anxiety in a lot of the individuals out there in regards to what's going on. I mean, it's becoming a reality. Saludos a mi esposa, Esther. Hugo, saludos. It's got, it's getting to that point. Hey, Nate, man, how you doing, bro? Hey, time traveler, love you, bro. David, primo. Good evening, bro. Good to see you. It's becoming a very, very harsh, reality for a lot of the individuals, even a lot of the individuals who weren't too keen on it being a virus. Michael, have you seen the same?
Yeah, definitely. I have been seeing. I've seen 2 people that I know. I mean, they were acquaintances, but they passed away of COVID-19. So now, in the last 3 weeks, we started seeing people that we know get infected, and now we're starting to see people that we know pass away. Yes. So now, that's why when you say, "Hey, what are you doing?" Nada. and I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna go to a restaurant. I mean, I don't know. And then with all the alerts that we get, other alerts saying this is over the top already. Well, más pánico, man. I feel like every time I read something about COVID-19, I feel like I have a new symptom and I can't breathe, and then I remember the allergies that I have. Pero it's tough, man. It's tough.
It's really hard, and I'll tell you because like even I was driving back from Harlingen today, and I was like, I go, oh God, could that be you know, you start to fall into
Yeah,
the thing, you know, and then I had a
bro.
conversation with the mayor and a conversation with the city, health people and everything else, and let me tell you, man, uh, everyone's concerned. You know, everyone is concerned. Good evening, rest in peace, Mike Ramirez, another COVID fatality. Again, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of individuals passing away. And you know, one of the things that I think is very surprising, Michael, and Frank, that I'm hearing a lot of 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds, that are also falling victim to COVID-19. Ahora sí,
Yeah.
pero hace 2 semanas, exactamente, hace 2 semanas andaban con la greña suelta, menos Mike.
No, pero yo no nomás porque estoy pelón, pero porque you know Erasmo, we talk a lot, and I've I've never been a fan of the government telling us mandating stuff because I've always been doing it on my own. Pero ahorita, yeah, I mean,
I will, my man.
it is getting out of hand. It is getting scary. Whenever you always tell me, "Hey, come pick up your cookie," I said, "No, no exposure. We gotta limit our exposure time." And last time I went to Walmart to buy stuff that I needed for the shop, bro, I saw some people making out, masked down, making out in the aisles. Like, what are you doing? Go home to do that. Like, that was in pandemia ahorita.
Let me say on Al's comment, refrigeration trucks are here. Many code blues today. Let me tell you, Al is correct. The city of Brownsville is already getting one of these freezer morgues trailers down here already. And we've already seen them in Hidalgo County. And Hidalgo County is in serious issues right now, guys. I mean, Hidalgo County reported 16 deaths just today, and that's kind of a sad situation. My biggest concern with Cameron County, guys, and everyone out there, is that Cameron County is doing a horrible, horrible, horrible job in reporting the numbers. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, look at we learned today that one of my very good friends, Vela, her mom passed away, bro. Mom passed away from Valley Grande Manor, and even today, I mean, we still have no word from Cameron County in regards to Valley Grande Manor, man. Not a word. And then Vela, when she was out there sending me what was happening today, and she let me know that there were 9 other deaths. Just waiting there at the morgue. That our morgues are getting bombasted with a lot of individuals that are passing away. I mean, this past weekend there was a total count of 27. 27 in the city of Brownsville. You know how many were reported by the city of Brownsville? What, 4, 5? Maybe? What the heck is going on, man? Why is it so hard
And
to get these numbers?
that's a scary part because we have Dr. Eder Hernandez yesterday or 2 days ago, and he's like, bro, I mean, it's the numbers that we're seeing positive are over the top, and then I don't know what the county has to take all these other steps. But then I'm looking at that, I'm like, man, I start feeling like I can't breathe, and I'm gonna pass out también. I mean, it's scary. It is scary.
Well, I mean, again, my concern is why is it so hard to give us actual numbers, man? I mean, look, and I don't want names. I mean, I'm still getting the names anyway. I don't want names.
Yeah.
I just want so many dead, so many individuals that have died. Y no es por nada, pero para que las personas empiecen a tomarlo un poquito más serio, that they'll take it a little bit more serious and go like, well, guys, people are dying. People are actually succumbing to this. And, and I want to know the ages too, man. I want to know that, it's not just individuals that in their 70s, their 80s, their 90s that are passing away, but individuals in their 20s, 30s, and 40s passing away, because we're getting the greatest number in that age demographic, in that age group, guys. So I want to know who's dying. I mean, and I'm not referring to names. I want numbers. And if you can't do it on that day, at least give yourself a 2-3 day threshold, man. 2-3 days at the most, but 2 weeks.
At least give us a number, right? At least say
Something.
18, 8, 7, 6. Because at this point, we're all very interested in knowing, all of us.
In regards to the lack of efficiency in regards to releasing the numbers, there has been mention that there's a backlog of tests being administered at this time. I do feel, Michael, that the health professionals, they're overwhelmed. Yesterday we had Dr. Eder Hernandez on. He said, "Hey man, it's very tough for all of us." I do understand the urgency, but I'm trying to think outside the box, and the only thing I can think of is the contact tracing and that they're backlogged. And going back to the virus, going back to what Erasmo had previously mentioned, in Hidalgo County there are 16 deaths. One of them was a 30-something-year-old female from the city of Edinburgh. So again, we see this trend of not only it being only affecting the elderly, Michael, but it's now affecting the 20s, 30s, and 40-year-olds of our community. So this is very alarming. And today, we posted on our page in regards to something that Dr. McCormick, thank you, Mayor Mendez, for bringing it up to my attention, something that Dr. McCormick has previously brought up, that the COVID-19 could spread now more than 6 feet. Beginning back in March and April, the CDC guidelines recommended us to stay within 6 feet from one another. And we have, Dr. McCormick and now scientists stating that, hey, no, this is something that could spread, a lot further than only the 6 feet. So now there's evidence that this travels at a significant pace. Now this, leads to question: should we open the school? Businesses are opening. We had President Trump post on his page that he's eager to open up the brick and mortar schools. So again, I do feel that we do have a crisis on our hands. Other people would say that this is a hoax used by the media to try and scare us. But I would tend to err on the side of caution as much as possible. That way, I myself won't affect my loved ones in the future.
I mean, look at these numbers. A 34-year-old friend died yesterday. It's just very. Michael, I'm sorry.
No. And you're right. I mean, I hadn't seen that report that it can spread. I know from at my business, one of them is by appointment only. They stay on the other side of the. I have a little office. They stay outside the office. At the other business, everybody walks in. If one, it's only one person at a time in the lobby. Two, every time you walk in, you get sprayed with hand sanitizer, mandatory. Everybody has to wear the mask. We started doing that before it was mandatory. Pero, I mean, we're scared. And I didn't really want to talk about it on it, but like today, we always, I'm always at there talking with the guys and, hey man, what do you guys feel? How are you guys feeling today? Good. Today I had a friend of mine go, and he had tested positive for COVID-19 about a month ago. I remember he was asking for some help with a PPP, and he confided in me. So when he gets there, we start talking, how you feeling, this and that, and how long has it been? It's been a month. Okay, have you retested? He said, no, but it's already been the past 2 weeks. And I was like, yeah, I mean, City of Brownsville says, and the county says it's 2 weeks. But my employees are overhearing me, and then they're like, no, bro, I'm gonna have a pet grooming shop, so I take in the dogs. And they're like, dude, the virus can travel in the hair of the dogs, and he hasn't been retested. They said we're not gonna do them because we're scared. And they have family that's been affected. I have family that's been affected as well, aunts and uncles. So we returned it back to my friend and said, you know what, you haven't been tested. I'm sorry, we don't feel comfortable. Pero what are the guidelines? I mean, and I got kind of upset at the moment, but then I see, you know what, you're right. I mean, They haven't been retested. So what are we supposed to do? We have no guidelines, and instead of sending a text message to us, the county said, "Hey, you know what? If they haven't been, if you know someone who hasn't been retested, please do not associate with them until they have been retested. Or if it's already been over 2 weeks, then the chances of you catching it is minimal." What are we supposed to do? The only two things that they've sent out is like, it's the end of the world. Stay home. Like, give us some facts, something that's going to educate us too.
Well,
I mean, and they don't do that.
I think a lot of the doctors are trying, Michael. But again, I think
but I'm talking about the county with the text messaging.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is a lot of the doctors are trying to, fill in that gap. The problem is that we do have a lot of a lack of communication from the city and the county, the leadership. I would say the leadership in regards to a lot of the things that we should be doing. Look, at the end of the day, the only one out there that's voicing what's concerns is, and I know people always give me credit about it, is Mayor Mendez. Mayor Mendez is the only one out there that is on a daily basis, multiple times a day, giving us updates in regards to what's going on. I'm very impressed that he also posted in regards to the concerns with what's going on in Matamoros, Reynosa, and in regards to the crossings over there. We need that type of leadership, Michael. We need a little bit more proactivity from the county, because we're getting nothing from the county. Nothing.
We're getting instead of being proactive, they're being reactive, right? They're reacting to the pandemic that's already hit us. Yeah, we had all this time to prepare, and we didn't do anything. We didn't.
But again, we're going, Michael. I mean, you've been on here. You've heard. I've been saying it for months, bro. Let's start to be proactive. Let's start to be proactive. But it seems not. Hospitals are full. My friend took her grandfather today in Valley Baptist, and they have patients in the hallways. And we said this was going to happen, man. We literally said that this was going to happen. And you know what? And a lot of people were going like, "No, Erasmo, no, the hospitals aren't full. And it's not bad." I'm going like, guys, look at the trends. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, what? ¿Qué se les metió en la cabeza a las personas not to understand that what was happening over there was ultimately going to happen here? We continue to act so irresponsibly. Now we have patients in the hallways. I mean, guys, I saw the videos coming out from a lot of these third world countries out there in Asia and a lot of the other countries where they had literally had people out there in the hallways, people afuera waiting to get treated. I mean, we got reports today from Matamoros. Individuals are just falling dead at the hospital, allá afuera, trying to get some type of help. Nothing. Our doctors in Matamoros are falling ill. Our nurses are dying.
Guys, do you think this is a worldwide, pandemic that is something inevitable? Obviously, our President Trump back in February and March, he was alluding to it being, a Chinese problem, and that it wouldn't affect the United States. And that has led many people to argue that, we didn't take a proactive stance then. So we are seeing the ramifications of this virus, now in early July and onward. Do y'all think that this is something that, due to the large number of positive cases, our medical field is overwhelmed, and this is something that we won't be able to prevent the spread for even getting more? Is this something that we could say that is something that is going to happen and there's nothing we can do?
We can do a lot of things, and one of the things is keep on educating people, man. But unfortunately, you know what? I know a lot of people view y'all show. 10, 14,000 people view it, but there's a lot more than 10, 14,000 people here. So that text messages that the county is sending out, that reaches basically everybody with a cell phone. So why don't we be proactive and send out, hey, you know what? I've been seeing a little picture going around with which masks are better. And now we have the supplies that you can order. I just ordered some KN95 masks from Amazon that just got here today within, 5 days. Tell me which ones are the best ones to wear, because obviously I don't trust that little cloth that I'm putting on, because if you're telling me this is traveling more than 6 feet, and I keep reading about microns and And I went more into panic mode. And what they're giving us is wear a bandana, and it gives you that false sense that you're protected, and you're really not. You're not protected. I keep saying it. It's a thunder jacket for dogs. Yeah, it makes you feel like, oh, you're safe from the storm that's going on outside, but it doesn't protect you in anything. It doesn't.
Has there been any word from funeral homes as to what resources they need in order to help the burial services? Actually, I did speak with individuals at the funeral homes, and right now they are working as hard as other individuals in like our first responders and medical professionals in regards to trying to catch up. I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, one of the funeral homes had 27 individuals just this past weekend. That's not normal, guys. Maybe give folks tips as to how to prepare for the death of a loved one. There's no way to prepare because there's absolutely no contact with the loved one. Once the individual starts withering away, there is absolutely no contact. They pass away, and then you just have to wait for the body. That is what's very, very frustrating. I think they will reduce the stress associated with death. I don't think there's anything. And Chris, in regards to your question, I'm sorry, we're just now getting to it. In regards to who to contact at Valley Grande Manor, if Valley Grande Manor is not responding to the phone, please contact the city of Brownsville. Contact the City of Brownsville Health Department and let them go and investigate. Hay que ganchar la trailer. Tú invitas, yo voy. Kanye is running for president. Yeah, who cares? Saca las botitas. I haven't done so. We need an answer for Valley Grande Manor. Exactamente. We do need an answer. If they're not responding, please, Laura, please contact the City of Brownsville immediately because the county is not going to do it. The county has failed in regards to reporting because now what the county wanted, the county now wants for us to filter every single piece of data out there to them, and they're sucking at the numbers. And really, yeah, it's frustrating because it's okay of stuff that's happening in Harlingen, and I'm sure people in Harlingen are concerned about what's happening there, and God bless them, my people in Harlingen. But we're concerned about what's happening in the city of Brownsville, and we're getting nothing. The deaths are proof that it's real. Yeah. Buenas noches, Marcos. How you doing, man? Saludos a todos, Cindy. See you tomorrow. Right back at you, love. Thank you, Isabel. Trump's daughter-in-law has corona from not wearing a mask and being out in the public. I trust him as much as I trust Kanye. They're all the same. All the same. Can we go fishing? Take me fishing, Eduardo. Michael saca la Lone Star. La Poderosa, wear your mask, wash your hands, stay home. Try to catch up with Erasmo, Frankie. People don't understand until it hits home. And when it hits home, it's a little bit too late. Good evening, friends. Good evening, Kathy. He should have retested after 14 days. Not sure what they're talking about because we're so far back. Yes, take me. Salud. Valley Grande Manor is not responding to our calls. We need answers. Again, contact the city of Brownsville if they don't respond. I was told you can't retest after 14 days. It's getting to that point that you cannot retest after 14 days because we are losing resources. This is Michael Rodriguez from District 1, pet owner. And pet owner. And Michael made a great point.
I do. I am a pet owner.
Are the guidelines they're supposed to be retested until they test negative? Those are the guidelines. It's not happening anymore. It's not happening.
And that's what I've heard too. And I've heard people who have tested positive that they told them, no, you don't have to come back. Just quarantine for 14 days. And then I've heard people that have tested positive after 14 days. It's 21 days. A whole month later. We just saw a story about that Broadway singer, dancer that passed away 3 months later from having COVID. So who do we believe? And the county doesn't educate us. No. They don't send text messages to us saying, you know what? These are the steps. If you have COVID, and you don't have any more symptoms, and you've done the 2 weeks, you're good to go. You don't have to come back and retest, but at least let us know. And they don't do that, man. And that's what's so frustrating. We're on our own. We're on our own.
What Alejandro says is true. Alejandro, we're at that point, bro, that we're seeing everyone, we're seeing them fall on a regular basis. And yeah, it's getting to a point where now it's economics versus your life. And that's where it becomes really, really very, very hard. The thing is that no test anymore. There's no appointments available for retest. And Raul is completely right. There are no tests. And look at guys, I said it. I was telling Michael right now in regards to me coming back from Harlingen, I was feeling la garganta, but it's because I yelled too much. But, you start to think like, oh, goodness, maybe I should be tested. But you know what, Michael? I don't want to go out there and, I don't have any of the symptoms. I'm always by myself. So I'm never with anyone, despite what everyone thinks. Everyone thinks that que ando ahí con toda la gente. I'm not. I'm really always by myself. I stay away. I don't have any symptoms. I don't have fever. And I was thinking, well, maybe I should just get tested, But then, reality hits me and I go like, why am I going to be taking a test that might serve someone that is actually,
Mhm.
actually
And
has
I'm the same way. Like I feel short of breath often because I have allergies, and with allergies I have a mild asthma. And like right now I feel a little bit short of breath. Pero then I'm like, man, should I go get tested? But I'm like, man, I have no fever, I have no sneezing, I have nothing. It's just what I normally have every single year. Pero right now I don't even know what to think no more, man.
Hey, that's what they just posted. That Texas Christian Daycare has a child that has been going with COVID to daycare, and the mom is a nurse. I've seen the post. I have not been able to confirm at all if this post is accurate. If it's the same post that I've seen, I have not been able to confirm that it's accurate. But again, guys, everyone needs to be careful in regards to daycares. And one of the things that I've been very vocal about is adult daycares. It's a mess waiting to happen. A mess waiting to happen.
Based on these numbers that Osmo, that Cameron County produced, there's an 8-month-old, a 1-year-old, an 8-month-old, a 9-year-old, 11-month-old, a 5-year-old. So this is something that how is it going to affect them? That's something that we will talk hopefully to the doctor coming up on Dr. Teresa on Monday in regards to how does it really affect them? How strong are their immune systems? So this is very, very scary, and the numbers are just rising. So again, it affects each person very, very differently. And now that we've been getting word that there's some sort of mutation of this virus, which led them to believe that this is even more contagious than previously thought. So I'm in the same boat like Michael. Every day is something new, is something different, and it never seems to end. And it never seems to get better, so to speak. The numbers of positive cases are rising. The deaths are steadily climbing as well. So where do we go from here? What options do we have? Again, we can talk about social distancing, about avoiding large gatherings. But then again, Michael, we have the city of South Padre Island opening up for business, and we know what happened last week. So I'm kind of scratching my head on that.
In regards to
Go.
in regards to the test, I mean, I'm there with you. I've been trying to research it, and the only answer I get is that we just don't have enough tests. And we're at that point now because so many people have tested. Now, we don't want to discourage anyone from going out there. And look, and I've gotten a lot of response. I mean, trust me, guys, if there's one thing that I'm sending on a daily basis, multiple times an hour, is information in regards to where to get tested, what to do when you're getting tested. As crazy as it may sound, I'm literally spending all day on social media, and I usually do that for fun. Now I'm doing it as like part of my job function because I'm literally sending the list and information. And again, I'm not complaining, guys. What I'm trying to say is that the system right now here in Cameron County is overwhelmed. It's overwhelmed to the point where I've heard the same thing over and over again. After 14 days, there are no tests. And a lot of the places they're saying, pues vente a trabajar como quiera. And that is very scary. That is very, very, very scary. Look, I'm very against even the talk of another lockdown in any way, shape, or form. But goodness gracious, guys, it looks like we're going towards another lockdown. I mean, I just don't see how we're going to avoid it because if now that the morgue trucks, the morgue trailers are coming to the city of Brownsville, we're done, bro. We're done. And again, Cameron County has failed us in reporting accurate numbers. They've failed us. I mean, look at, and it seems like every time recently, and I'm sorry, Judge Eddie Trevino, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. It seems like every time they come out for a press conference, I hear Eddie Trevino, and it's like the Charlie Brown teacher. And I'm sorry, Eddie, because you're not giving us anything. And then Dr. J, the doctor comes out, Dr. Castillo, and you're like, and that's like the Charlie Brown people talking, and you hear them, no? And then the judge comes out and going like, no, give us more information. Let the doctors talk. Tell us what to do. I mean, look, and at the end of the day, what Michael says is true. And what my friends here are saying is cierto. People aren't going to listen anyway. But some of us, we're going to listen.
I listen. you know, my brother's birthday was on Friday. My dad's birthday was on Saturday. We didn't get together. I drove by my dad's house and happy birthday, Dad. The kids wanted to get off. I'm sorry, we can't get off. We're doing our part. And I'm against being mandated to do things. You guys know that very well. I'm against it. But the reason I'm against it is because I do them. I do them on my own because I love my family and I'm trying to take care of them. And these people, I mean, no sé, no, como te digo, I just saw a couple making out at Walmart. Like, get the hell out of Walmart. What the hell are you doing making out? There's people passing you next to you, blowing into your ears and things. Like, get the hell out of here, man. Like, limit the exposure time. That's what people need to understand. That you need to limit your exposure time. You make a list of what you need. Go in, go get it, and get the hell out. And please pay for it on the way out. Don't just leave with it. Pero, come on, man.
I see people are in a pickle because, at the same time, I'm sure everybody is worried about their health. I think now more than ever, they are starting to realize, that this is a lot worse than what we initially thought maybe. But then again, people still need to work. People still need to make a living. And, the government, we've been hearing about another stimulus check coming in, but when will that arrive? So these people are in a tough spot thinking, should I go get tested? But if I get tested and I come out positive, I got to sit out for 14 days. And my employer, I got word from a friend of mine about a Walmart employee that tested positive, and they can't accept her back until she gets that negative, that paper that says that she's negative. So we have these people, and Dr. Wittenberg could probably address this better. But the psychology behind it, that they're mentally frustrated in, should I take care of this virus that I have, or should I continue working because who's going to pay my bills? So I feel people's situation. I feel their pain because I think that they do want to be cautious. They do want to do the right thing. But at the same time, who's going to provide for them and for their families? And that's the scary part.
Look, someone just passed, one of Rudy's friends passed by, and yes, funeral homes are backed up, guys, and it's going to be a week before they start taking care of them. So what's going to happen? Where are they going to put these bodies in? They're going to put them in these refrigerated trailers and wait till they can get to them. That's the sad part, man. That's the sad part. Trump 2020. Yes. I believe the Texas Health and Human Services Commission licensed nursing homes maybe reach out to them. Actually, Eduardo, they're already here in Brownsville. And again, that is why I still suggest for individuals, if you want a closer contact the city of Brownsville, have them immediately go out there and do something. There are people testing positive, but yes, please also contact the Texas Health and Human Services Commission. I'm just afraid that you're not going to get anywhere there. You might not get anywhere in the city of Brownsville either, but at least you'll have someone locally shut the door in your face. They are people testing positive up to 2 to 3 months. We don't know what recovered means. We need safety precautions 100%. County judge knew that there was a problem within certain county departments in May and was slow. Yes. And we've been saying it for weeks. And then there was saying, oh, Erasmo, our mayor in Harlingen has not been addressed us at all. He is nothing like Trey. Goodness gracious. I think they should not get out of quarantine until they test negative. But what are we going to do? We don't have any tests.
I was going to say, we have no resources.
We have no resources, guys. And it's, look, and I'm not blaming anyone. I've stopped blaming Trump. I've stopped blaming Abbott. We have nobody to blame but ourselves. Look at all the gente ridícula que andan tacuachando allá en la isla, hombre.
Tacuachando.
Dude, not just the island. Why be making out at Walmart? Seriously, this
it wasn't
was
me.
weird.
What's going on? Examples, there's people coming out. Rafael, it's not just they're coming out, not every week, Rafael. They're coming out positive every day. But look, they're doing. Look, and I'm sorry about Ampos, but you know what, Ampos? They're doing exactly the same thing that other businesses are doing here in the city of Brownsville. They're not reporting their numbers. And when you don't report the numbers, then it becomes a bigger issue because the only thing that you're instilling in the individuals that are there at your workplace is fear. I mean, goodness gracious, look at what's happening with BISD. And again, here we go with BISD. But you know what, guys? And look, and right now in the middle of everything, when we just started, and there's a lot of people on here right now, listen to me, folks. Florida just announced today that they are going to reopen for school in fall. It just announced. The governor of Florida has just announced schools will open. Let me tell you guys, if Texas does the same, because they're trying to pander to Trump, who put out a tweet saying schools, in capital letters, schools will open. If our governor wants to pander to Trump, many of our students, many of our teachers, our diagnosticians, our staff, look, our staff's already dying, guys. Our food and nutrition service people are already dying. And if you remember correctly, they were the first people out there on campus because this superintendent and this stupid corrupt board were adamant that they be out there distributing food, Michael. Ahora, it's not a damn coincidence, man. It's not a coincidence that the first people on campus would be our first death in the city of Brownsville in regards to BISD. The first death. It's not a coincidence, folks. It's not.
Well, you know, my wife's a teacher, and we've had this conversation. I mean, all the time. What are we gonna do if they ask you to go back to work, and the kids? Do we send them back to BASD?
Love you, man.
Do you take a year off and homeschool our children? I mean, lucky for me that I'm in a position where my wife can take that year off, you know, and we live very modest, and so we can survive it. But what do? Do we send them to private schools where the numbers in classes are smaller to 10 kids, 12 kids, or that's what we've been going back and forth. We don't know. We just don't know. We're kind of undecided. I mean, if they make my wife go back to school, where does that leave our kids? So they're gonna have to go to school as well with my wife. So you know, I la verdad, at this point, I have no answers. But with my heart, I would say just shut it down. Shut it down. You know, just be pro. What I've been preaching, be proactive. Let's just shut it down, man, and let's tread carefully instead of just.
And that's something, Michael, that Los Fresnos CISD has done. You know, they have extended the start of the next school year to September. I believe they're going to meet on the 13th, if I'm not mistaken, the 13th or 14th. The 13th because Tuesday's election day. If you guys haven't gone out to vote, make sure you vote. So Los Fresnos did take the initiative of, you know, holding back at least a couple weeks. Now, you know, that says a lot about them. Why is it other school districts that are giving us the example? You know, I've always said this. I've always seen the city of Brownsville and BISD of being on that, you know, city and district on a hill. You know, we are that example. We are that district, the biggest district south of San Antonio with a Fortune 500 company budget of $600 million, close to $600 million. But yet we're seeing districts such as Harlingen and Los Fresnos take the lead on something like this. And I would even argue, Erasmo, that when the board members meet on this coming board meeting at Los Fresnos, that many of them or some of them will vouch for distant learning until January because they realize and they listen to the community's concerns. They know that there's a potential risk of sending the teachers back. I believe, Erasmo, that the teachers would go back early August if we still have the date of August the 12th, and administration would go, I think, late July. So again, the risk is real. We see death at our doorstep, and BISD is silent about this. Why? You know, it boggles my mind. You know, first they disrespected the county judge, they disrespected the mayor. Now they're just disrespecting the public health officials, and our community as a whole. Because if we see something that's wrong and we don't act on it, it is their fault for not taking action.
And as for your opinion on ICE saying that online course schedules by universities for non-immigrants will have to leave the country, I think that is very stupid. Very, 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 very stupid. Lalo, but again, these individuals are doing the best they can, to completely decimate a lot of the individuals that at no fault at them. Let them continue to take online classes. It doesn't matter, man. I don't care if they have a visa or they don't have a visa. But wanting to send youngsters that are here studying that might become an asset for our community is stupid. Stupid. Let them stay. Let them stay and do their online learnings. Sometimes you just don't understand the damn federal government. They're so adamant of returning people to go back to school. That's what Trump posted today. And again, y'all know I like Puppy Trump because he sends me checks. But look at guys, at the end of the day, it was a stupid tweet. A stupid tweet. And it contradicts everything that they did with that article in regards to individuals that are here on student visas. It's stupid. Stupid, non-congruent, and it only causes confusion. Confusion. No, you are not good to go after 14 days of quarantine. It's the easy way for the city not to deal with the situation. Yeah, my goodness gracious, we need help, guys. We literally need help. I took my first test on the 15th, came back positive. I was instructed to take a test on the 10th day, 11th day, after my doctor said no, not to, because I was too early, but had no choice. Well, both results came back positive again. My prayers, Erica Hermosa. Now, after letting them know that I was told again to wait at most 20, 30. Can you imagine, Erica and Maida? You just mentioned this, Maida, in regards to BISD planning on going back, and then teachers giving them 10 days. 10 days is not enough. It's not enough, man. Keep them look, guys, teachers, parents, do not let Michael, parents, do not let this district, and by this district I mean the superintendent, do not let the superintendent, listen guys, do not let the superintendent, and do not let these corrupt members, do not let Minerva, do not let Trisi, do not let Drew, do not let little Eddie, do not let Flip-Floppy Phillip, and do not let Laura la Explorer. Don't let any of these people make you into guinea pigs, folks. Do not let them make you into guinea pigs. Do not let them make you into guinea pigs. They already tried this summer. They tried by sending our food service people to the campuses, and one has already passed away. They tried by sending our teachers, our administrators, and our counselors up there, and they sure as heck tested positive. They sent our students on campus for conditioning. They had to cancel it out, and students came back positive. Band students, graduation. Do not let these people use you as guinea pigs, folks. Do not choose everything down, close everything down, and get put a big fine. I don't know. Remember, guys, you could be asymptomatic when in doubt. Get checked, especially if you're around loved ones. I don't know. When will the superintendent realize he is wrong and we should start school in January? Shut up!
Big Papi Chup.
Bring Fire Chief Elizondo back to Brownsville. He saves lives. I think he is in Brownsville, bro. That's terrifying because Ed Hernandez said yesterday you will show positives for 3 weeks and a retest isn't even worth it until week 4. How are we going to survive as teachers? Allison, that is exactly my point. Look, Allison, no one should be going back on campus. No one. Stay at home. Because look, at the end of the day, Allison, look, if you test positive while you're at home, then it's on you, then use up all your damn days, but it's on you. But if you test positive because this corrupt board, this sent you onto a campus that we don't even know if the ventilation system is making you sick, because now there's that in regards to the airborne. So goodness gracious, folks, do not go back on campus. Do not. I don't care what they say. I don't care. Do not. They should have done it from the very beginning. I'm not sure what, but yeah. Thank y'all for keeping it raw and real and keeping us informed. Jessica, yes, we're here. I lost my track. Sorry, Rodney. I was gonna get to your comment. Here we go. I've been married for 20 years. I could use a little affection. What
Chica.
Is
Bring back your wife.
Let me tell you, Rodney. I actually wanted to ask him that question in private because I haven't gotten no kissing, no hugging in a long time. So I was going like, yeah, ¿dónde están dando besos gratis para ir?
Are you affected too, Michael?
Guy or girl? Which one does he prefer?
Well, we're not sure. Riders agency should require all workers to be tested. Everyone should be close everything down. Put a big fine. That's where I'm at. I'm sorry. I got here. It goes. This one. Remember when the topics of the day were cars parked out of their paid spaces and lost dogs? Hey, we come a long way, baby. What is it? It's been a long time since them days.
The grass is not always greener on the other side, right?
Yeah,
So,
I actually sort of missed the badly parked cars and the lost dog. Cálmate, no te saques un fight, Crystal. Crystal, I can't believe that you're using such language, Crystal. Crystal, let me talk to your parents. Put your parents on. Tell them to come on. Yes, I think the same. My dad had symptoms, what a doctor said, were allergies, and a friend of mine had the same symptoms, and her husband came out positive. She has slight symptoms, her father full-blown symptoms, and between each individual must be safe. 100%. You're right. In regards to the daycares, if parents are concerned, simply take, guys. Brownsville must be in lockdown. We don't have to lose our family and friends to the corona. Michael, my other concern is the age. If you saw the list today, you saw that there's only, I think, 4 individuals over the age of 70. Out of 66 people. Out of 66 people in the city of Brownsville, there's only 4 of them that are over the age of 70. That's very, very concerning. Now, it's concerning to me because, again, I go back to the deaths because the deaths are the number we know for sure, At first, estaban saliendo los viejitos, estaban falleciendo. Now, we learned that 40-year-olds have been coding at the hospitals. 40-year-olds. We also learned that 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, are dying as well. 21, 23, 22, 30. So I tend to believe, Michael, that the next age group that's going to come out where we're going to start having deaths is the teens. It's like that constant progression, Your thoughts?
well, I mean, especially any teen that has cancer or anything like that, we got to protect them. I mean, but you tell me, and I have seen the numbers be 20s, 30s, and 40s, the majority part of that. Pero a part of me says, oh, it's a good thing that the older folks are not getting infected as much anymore. Another part of me is saying, especially after yesterday, right, with Dr. Eater, are these numbers even true? We don't even know. We don't know what numbers to believe no more. And that's where we don't trust the government anymore because they keep screaming wolf back in March when there was no wolf, and now they're like wolf, wolf, and like there was no wolf back then. There's no wolf right now, and that's what's wrong right now with the government.
Michael, in regards, Cameron County, goodness gracious, Michael, we're seeing a lot of stuff coming out of Edinburgh County, out of Hidalgo County, in regards to a lot of the benefits that they're, throwing out there to small business owners, to the people, resources, help with light bill. We're getting nothing from our county. Nothing, Michael. No, what is wrong, man? What is wrong with Cameron County?
I got my taxes raised on my house. That's what my value went up. That's what I got. But I mean,
why is it that Hidalgo County seems to be getting everything, man? And we get, one of the things, and Rodney will remember, one of the things that I was always here talking about when we were doing the badly parked cars and lost dogs was how McAllen had everything and we had nothing. Well, again, guys, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and it seems that Hidalgo County is getting every single resource in the book. We get nothing.
But now, we're at 110% ICU capacity. What are we doing are we, other than just putting up a tent outside, can we convert the dome into a makeshift hospital? What are our other resources that we have? What are we doing? And that's, I think, the frustrating part for a lot of us, that they don't tell us, hey guys, we are at a capacity, but these are the steps. And in the next 2 weeks, we're trying to open this up to give and hire more nurses. And I've seen the ambulances they brought in. One was a Tahoe that I saw out with the jets on them. Pero I think for them just to let us know these are the steps we're trying to do, even if it's not set in stone. Hey, we're working day and night. I want to see you working day and night. I mean, especially our county officials who get paid, who's their job. Literally, it's their job. I want to see them working day and night alongside our medical staff as well. Because they're working day and night. And they're going above and beyond. Ambulance work, all the EMTs, firefighters, all the first responders are going above and beyond. I want to see our county officials be also going above and beyond and be there 24/7, not be there 8 hours a day, not be there for one meeting. I want you to be available 24/7 to everybody.
Well, like Erasmo was saying, it is unfortunate. Hidalgo County did, separate 7.5 million for mortgage and rental assistance to the urban area up in Hidalgo County. And obviously the requirements is minimal. You just have to be affected by COVID, and have an ID. It's basically that simple. And again, this isn't for the long haul. We understand that this is just a short-term assistance. But hey, right now, the economic crisis is real for a lot of people. So any assistance is good. Again, Cameron County has not been as proactive as Hidalgo has. You could argue that they have a bigger war chest than us, but at least they're doing something for their people. So hopefully Cameron County does take the initiative and try and help out our rural areas here in Cameron County, who I'm sure have been heavily affected by this crisis.
One of the things that a lot of individuals are bringing up is in regards to the number count. Guys, tests, slipped away. And please, guys, while you're watching this show, please don't be out there scrolling through Facebook. Stay focused. I don't want you to leave me. My ratings will go down, and that will not be good for me, guys.
Focus.
I want the eyes here, not over here. I want them here, not here scrolling. I mean, here scrolling. Hey. My eyes are up here, guys, not down here. Don't scroll. And but no, I'm just joking, Tess. But testing confirmed what I've been saying, that a lot of individuals out there are asking for prayers and asking for prayers and asking for prayers. And you know what, guys? I'm tired of asking for prayers. I don't want prayers anymore. I don't want my community to be asking for prayers. I want my community to start asking for answers. Stop asking for prayers. Yeah. Instead of writing posts on social media where you're asking for prayers, stop it and go right to the city commissioners. Go right to the county commissioners and tell them that we need more information, we need more resources, and we need them now. Tell them that we need accurate data. Because look at what Rudy just said. The individual that passed away in their 30s was a nurse. If you work for a school system, stay home as much as possible right now. Our nurses are starting to succumb. Boswell, okay, we'll test you. If your initial test was through insurance, then they have to see if insurance authorizes a second test. My Lord. If not, you have to pay cash, but no test appointment is available till Friday. Guys, we need help, guys. We need help. Fierro!
And I have a buddy of mine that works with the National Guard, I believe it is, who they distribute in Westlaco to the different masks to all the medical personnel that requested. They started coming out with positives as well there in that group. So it's everywhere. I mean, we just gotta be careful. I'm walking around. I got about 5 different hand sanitizers in my car, walking around with 2 personal ones, like if they're guns or something. I just bust them out the maleta. put it back in, man. So
In regards to Sandy, they weren't criticized for not distributing food. I think part of the problem, Sandy, was the way that they were distributing food. My issue was always, why are you asking for kids to come onto campus? Leave the kids at home. And they basically did it just out of spite, and just to do completely the opposite of what I said. Look, my issue is not giving away food. We have to give away food. I mean, the district gets hundreds, if not millions of dollars, Sandy, for food products that need to be distributed to our students. I've always said it, guys. When you get all these food products, do what a lot of the churches are doing right now: bundle them up in a box and give people food for a week. Give it away, give it away, give it away. Now, it wasn't the issue, but let's stop putting our people in harm's way. That was my concern. My concern was bringing people onto campus that should not be on campus. Our food and nutrition services did not have to pile up in the cafeterias, and we have pictures to show that they did. Unfortunately, they did. And we have pictures in regards to not wearing face masks, guys. Unfortunately, they did. There was no social distancing. Again, parents would line up by the hundreds to pick up food products from the schools. And you know what? Then they would go to the other school on the other side of town to do the same thing. I know it's a fact because my nephew did it. I thought it was a little bit funny, but my nephew did it. My nephew went to 2 or 3 different schools in Los Fresnos, and then he came to Brownsville, and they gave him food in Brownsville too. And you know what? They not only gave him food, they gave him packets to do homework, to do schoolwork in Brownsville.
Love you, David.
He goes to school in Los Fresnos. And then he asked me, "Hey, Tío, do I still have to do the work from base?" I said, "No, you don't. You go to Los Fresnos, David." So,
he's a genius, though.
He's a genius. I mean, at that age, I probably would be doing the same. I'd be eating like 3-4 times a day. Instead, Sandy, no, I think everyone wanted the food to be distributed. It was the way that it was distributed that was an issue. Can you imagine the number of people infected once we go back to school? Michael, honestly, we're going to have 21, 22 people here in the classroom. They're going to be there all day. One of those is going to have the Rona. They're going to give it to these 22, 23 people, and then they're going to go home. What's going to happen, Michael?
it's gonna go crazy, man. It's gonna go crazy. That's when we're gonna start seeing, the elementary age numbers go up. We're gonna start seeing the middle school number, the teenagers and all that go up. And as a parent right now, I'm not seeing anything else. And with my wife as a teacher, when we're looking at it more as a parent, what do we do? We have this conversation almost every night. What are we gonna do? I mean, the gap is closing. The time frame is closing in. Do we keep them home and you take a year off from teaching and homeschool them? I just don't know what to do. But I do know I'm scared. That's what I know.
When will we finally realize that it's all on us? We've been getting a lot of slack for saying that the county hasn't been doing as much. The city hasn't been doing as much. By the way, tomorrow, Commissioner Jessica Tetreault will be on live with us. So if you have any questions, make sure you get them ready for her when she comes on live tomorrow. We've been getting a lot of slack for criticizing our elected officials for not taking a stronger stance. Especially our reps and our senators. Besides passing out food, I haven't heard nothing on social media, whether helping out local businesses sign up for the PPP. Thanks to Michael Rodriguez, who helped out a lot of people. But when are people going to finally realize that if our elected officials aren't going to do something, we need to take it upon ourselves to be more proactive? So again, it all falls on us, guys. The more we practice social distancing, the more we avoid large crowds. Hopefully, the sooner that we will come back to some sort of normalcy in our lives. But that has yet to be seen. So hopefully, it doesn't affect our children, because that's what is trending to, how Erasmo was alluding to. First it started with our elderly community, then now it's trickling down, and it's affecting our middle-aged individuals. Hopefully, it does not affect our teenagers or our kids one day.
One of the other things that we are having great issues with, guys, and a lot of people are alluding to it, is our PUB bills. Guys, I'm sorry, guys. You know, goodness gracious, guys, when are we going to get a break from these people? I mean, look, they stole so many, millions and millions of our dollars. They literally stole millions and millions of our dollars. They had the opportunity to give that money back to the people. They didn't. And when I was running for city commissioner, I brought that up. I made that a point. Let's give the money back to the people. They raised our rates by 36% for 7, 8 years in order to build a defunct Nazca, a company that was not happening. But you know what, Michael? You know what really ticks me off, Michael?
What?
You know what ticks me off? Is that then mi raza de la South Bow, they exploit my private park. That's what ticks me off. You know what really ticks me off, Michael? Like in mi raza
What?
and raza de la Southmost, I'm a little bit upset with you, and I'm going to say it. Mi raza de la Southmost, I'm upset because y'all voted in the same city commissioner that was on that PUB board when they screwed us over with the rates. That's who you voted in. You voted
You know,
the same person that screwed us over with our light, with our PUB bill, and the Casa de Nylon. That's who you voted in.
and you know, it was for me. It was very, very, very disheartening to not not make it into third place. I pulled it. I mean, people didn't think I was going to get more than 50 votes. To bring in 500 votes was unexpected. But I'm still heartbroken about it. I mean, I hear this a kid who grew up poor, nowhere to live, poor. You know, we had to go live with my aunt because we lost everything to Lena Construction back in the day. They basically stole our house when I was 5 years old. So we overcame a lot, and I still live here, and I'm trying to give back to the community. And I've done events for the community, and I've sponsored baseball teams. One year, I sponsored the four. There was only 4 baseball teams at North Brownsville Little League when it was still there. I sponsored all 4 teams because they were playing todos capiroteados con un color cada quien. So I sponsored all the teams, and I try to give back, and I'm trying to do good for our community to have the representation that I think we deserve. Y nada, I mean, I came in third place, but I kept on giving. When our commissioner was reporting and all excited about putting up new trash cans in the trails behind Del Castillo and Porter, so she was talking about trash cans during a pandemic, and I was helping out people with their PPP and their EIDL. I mean, I myself helped people and guided them to bring in about $2.5 million into the city of Brownsville. That they're lawyers. They're lawyers. They could have been out there helping, at least guiding them. And who was the most affected? District 1 and our business owners who don't speak English. We have a lot of mom and pop shops who are Spanish only speaking, but they own a business and they're trying to do and live the American dream. And we didn't help them out. We reached every single household here in District 1 and telling them about the census and how to wash their hands. But we couldn't reach every single business out there to tell them about the PPP and the EIDL and other little help that the city was going to give out. And we failed them. We weren't proactive. I'm sorry, we did. We failed. They failed us. I didn't fail anybody. You guys didn't fail anybody. They failed us. They did, and they failed us. Look, if this pandemic was really bad, then why allow 2 protests to take place in the city of Brownsville? And why I say that you're with the protest? I mean, you don't have to say whether you're against or for it. The thing is, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Why allow these things to take place? Over a rock. The last one was over a rock. They removed it. They still marched. They still got together. And I saw the live video. They weren't 6 feet apart. Their main focus is to not lose votes, and they don't want to step on anybody's toes. But we need leadership right now. We need someone that's going to lead. Whether, ¿sabes qué? And this is one thing I give props to Trump. we think he's right or wrong, at least he tries to lead. At least he says, "All right, guys, this is what I think, and this is what we're gonna do." And you gotta admire that just a little bit because our politicians don't do that for us. They're so well, yes, but no, but I don't want to step on this guy's toes because I don't want to lose 4 votes here. I don't want to, come on, man. No, you can't have it all. You can't have it all, especially not right now during the pandemic. We need leadership. We need you guys out there, not hiding in your house. I mean, we're all scared. We're all scared.
Well, again, one of the things that I say, hey, abuelita hermosa, one of the things that I say is, guys, don't live in fear, but live with caution. Live with caution. Don't let fear, because one of the issues, and we were talking to Dr. Wittenberg this morning and this past week. One of the issues that fear produces a lot of anxiety, a lot of excess and extra stress, causes mental issues. Don't be fearful. Just be cautious. Be cautious. And Michael is very cautious. I try to get Michael to take me out to eat, but Michael says no. And I try to make Michael pay for my food, but Michael says no because he doesn't want to get the Rona. And I understand. I forgive him, maybe. I forgive him for it. But guys, no, it's you have to be cautious. And look, my circumstances are different than Michael's. My circumstances are very, very different than Michael's. I have 3 cats to go to at home. And I love my cats. I sing to my cats, and I sing the most amazing songs to my cats. This morning it's kind of funny. This morning I was going around and pinching their butts. Yeah, ¿de quién es esta nalguita? ¿De quién es esta nalguita? ¿De quién es esta nalguita? And that's what I was doing all morning long. And and I thought, goodness gracious, if someone were to ever record me, they go, this guy is completely lost it. But that's what I do. I go and pinch my little cat's little butts. But pinche la nalguita, pinche la nalguita, pinche la nalguita de la gatita. And I sing while I'm doing it. But what I'm trying to say, folks, I go home to my cats. Michael goes home to his children. And that's different. Yeah. So Michael, take extra cautious. Be more cuidadoso. And that's what everyone else needs to do as well. Consider that your actions, you're bringing them back home.
Yeah, and my kids were making a little racket again because now they know time, right? They can tell time. I told them I'll be back in an hour at 10. So they were saying, hey, it's already 10. But they finally went to bed. But I do, and I get back, and every day, I make it a priority to play with them. I say, hey, I have to work at 9, but we have an hour to play luchitas or whatever you guys want to do, and we did. We played pillow fight. They like for me to toss them on the bed. We played paper, rock, scissors. A new thing that we started during the quarantine is I put on the music and they dance. And that's what they were waiting for me to do right now. But they went to bed already. But yeah, you're right. I mean, my kids changed my life, and everything I do is for them. And I try to be a better person for them. And I mean, we just gotta take care of each other. We do. We don't need the government to tell us to to wear a mask. You just do it on your own because it feels good, right? It feels like you're gonna do something to protect your family. And don't even do it for my family. Do it for your family. Because if you're doing it for your family, you're still protecting my family at the same time.
Rose, and I wasn't alluding to that, Rose. Again, just to make it clear, I believe in prayer. I preach about prayer every Sunday. I wasn't referring to that. I was saying that, guys, don't just go on social media and ask for prayers. Do something. Go out there and do something. Because I'll give you a Bible lesson, a quick Bible lesson. In John chapter 11, when Jesus is resurrecting Lazarus, he tells the people, remove the rock, and the people they go remove the rock. And then, he says, Lazarus, come forth. And Lazarus comes walking out. Then he tells the people, hey, remove the bandages. This is John chapter 11. And, when I was younger, I would say, well, why didn't Jesus just miraculously remove the rock? Just push the rock to the side. Why didn't Jesus remove the bandages? And the reason why, Rose, is because God is not going to do for us what we can do for ourselves. God wants us to do our part. Because man could move the rock. Man could remove the bandages. Man could not have resurrected Lazarus. So God wants us to do for ourselves. You know, a lot of times is we try to blame everything on the devil, or we try to put everything in God's hands. We cannot. We have to act on those things that we can act, and we can social distance. We can contact our leadership and tell them we are not going back to school. We can do these things, and let's put the things that are out of our control, out of our hands. Let's put that in God's hands. But guys, I want individuals to go out there and to start making phone calls and sending texts. That's what I was alluding to, Rose. Again, I believe in prayer 100% 100%. Love you, Rose. Does it apply to all districts or only Brownsville? Right now, all districts are going crazy. But I'm afraid. I'm afraid that the state of Texas is going to do the same thing that the state of Florida did. Very afraid. And that's what we love to play the blame game, but we hardly talk about personal responsibility. 100%, Cesar. And let me tell you, Cesar, you're not going to find that here, because here we blame everyone. We blame everyone, because I think all of us have a certain level of blame. I'm the first one that says los tacuaches que fueron a la isla. I was the first one to say it. I was out there calling out las fodongas que andan en el Walmart. O Michael anda diciendo de los que se andan besuqueando en el Walmart. We'll call them out, but we're also going to call out the leadership, and the leadership has failed us. It's putting blame where blame belongs. And you know what, guys? If part of the problem, Michael, is that we've been blinded too much, because they constantly want to tell us, Cesar, they want to tell us, no, hombre, everything's okay. Everything's peachy keen, como la page esa de Craig Visco Grove, the same thing. Oh, everything's great. Everything's wonderful. Everything's not great, guys. Guys, everything's not great. Our people are dying. Our nursing homes, are not being reported. The funeral homes are flooding over with dead bodies, and we have no reports on them. None. So, yes, I'm going to continue to blame our leadership that is being inefficient and not producing what we need, what the people need. They need to know. They need to know the truth. They can handle the truth. Tell them the truth. Not a good situation out there, guys. David had a buffet. Yeah, David did have a buffet that day. I thought it was Frankie going to getting the food. He looks so young. That was my... Dr. Saavedra is in the house. Dr. Saavedra, thank you for coming on, Dr. Saavedra.
On Monday.
Thank you, Dr. Saavedra. BISD needs to do online at least until January. I doubt they'll provide teachers, students, and staff with the most effective mask. No, they won't. They won't, guys. And look, you know what's funny, guys? I'll tell you something that's kind of funny. Look, if Dr. Sardan has been here regularly, and I'm hoping Dr. Sardan continues to come back, but again, he's being overworked. We had Dr. Ed Hernandez yesterday, giving us great information, guys. And we can have all the doctors that we want out here, guys. All of them. It's not going to do an ounce of good if we don't listen to their recommendations and advice, guys. And Dr. Ed Hernandez, as well as Dr. Sardan, medical professionals, the ones that are out there in the front line, have their hands on the virus. They have the virus in their hands. These people are telling us, do not go back on campus. That's what they're telling us. Do not go back on campus. Who are you going to listen to, the experts or the politicians? I mean, really, are you going to listen to Dr. Fauci or to Donald Trump? Are you going to listen to Dr. Sardan? I hope Dr. Saavedra, Dr. Amil, Dr. Ed Hernandez? Or are you going to listen to a corrupt board and a superintendent that isn't even from here? I don't know. Michael, who do we listen to, Michael?
You mentioned Dr. Fauci. One of the problems is that he came out early on in February or March and said, don't wear masks. It's not going to help you. It's not going to do any good. In fact, it's going to affect you. So don't wear masks. And then they come back around in April or May, say wear masks because it's going to save your life. It's going to save everybody. So why So were you lying in the first statement, or were you lying in the second statement? And that's what gets people mad. Like, which one is the truth? Do not wear a mask is going to affect me, or wear a mask because it's going to save my life? Wear a bandana. I mean, any covering. Like, that doesn't work. I mean, it doesn't. You know, you can wear a piece of napkin over your mouth. It's not going to do any good. That's why I ordered the KN95 mask, because you know, I did a little bit of research and I said these are the best ones. But when they lie to us constantly, we don't trust them anymore. And that's where we're at right now. The public does not trust their elected officials and officials in high governing capacity. We're lost.
We're lost. The next board meeting won't be till August.
Before or after Sylvia's trial?
Hopefully before Sylvia's trial. But guys, again, they might call a special board meeting. But again, guys, look, I'm past them giving you options. There is no option. The only option out there, the only option is hell no, we won't go. You're not going to go on campus. That's the only option, Michael. There's no other option. They can't guarantee your safety in those. And now they come up with this airborne, the ventilation system, you know, and it makes sense, guys. The ventilation problem makes a lot of sense. Do you really want to send someone into a confined area where they're going to be breathing in all this air conditioning, and God only knows what's in that air, guys? I mean, are we actually placing our kids and our teachers at death's door? Yes, you can. Having a Trump puppet won't do that, David. Busted. Scrolling. Stop scrolling. I have a quinceañera scheduled November. I'm trying to change the day because I don't want to expose the family. The flu is coming up. The salon reception is giving us a big amount of I sang the date move. We didn't choose for this to happen. Raquel, send me an inbox. I will help you. I'm sorry. I will. I mean, I got a lot of slack. Look, guys, I got a lot of slack from the other salon that was going to have a prom date. And I'm sorry, guys, it's just not the time. And I love them. They've always been supporters. Vibes in this, Alberto. But guys, I'm not going to promote anything that's going to put my community and my people in harm's way. PUB, give us back the damn money. Brownsville needs to deregulate. I agree, Gloria. And I'm sorry. And I just saw your comment in regards to 3,000 people requesting tests, and there's only 200 available. My goodness gracious, guys. Woo! Forever. I don't know what that is. PUB sucks. It does suck. It's horrible. Don't blame me, Erasmo. I live in Minnesota. Foo beeps! Love you!
Who beeps?
Thank you. Of course, all attention on Sylvia instead of the needs of the district. It's crazy, man. My PUB bill was $618. What the hell? Before 280 a month. Before that, 190.
I don't know which was scarier, the PUB bill or the Rona. Paying 618. Wow.
My God Almighty, my prayers are for you. The amount of money. What are my rights?
I got a message asking if we know anything, or you guys know anything. I don't about a double homicide that had occurred. If the city has released any more information. Do you guys know anything about that?
About the what?
A double homicide that occurred.
Yes. Again,
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just asking because they're asking me.
The families have put out GoFundMe pages, so I was not very comfortable in regards to sharing a lot of information. I will say my prayers continue to be with the Montano family and the Alanis family. I know the Alanis family very well, and I love them, and our prayers. It was something that was very, very horrible. So I don't want to share too many of the details out of respect for the families and out of respect for the investigation. But again, guys, we're dealing with a worldwide pandemic, and then for a family to have to face something like this, where the funeral homes are full. I mean, nobody wants to experience it anyway. But during right now, where you have limited opportunity to visit your deceased, goodness gracious, guys, again, talk about mental health. You know, you won't be able to see the individual. There's only a limited amount of individuals being allowed into the funeral homes, guys. So, guys, it's not a good time to get sick. It's not a good time to go to the hospital. It's not a good time to pass away. And you could say it never is. Well, now it's like 10 times worse. That makes sense?
To me, it does.
It's not a good time. Michael would have won if he would have ran as Brazotes. That's how we know him, just like Samuel Powers is known for Screech. Hey, ya
Is that his name?
Hey, Micho. Cheers. Alexis, ¿cómo estás? Imagine BIZ buying nicotine patches for kids to return back to school. It's crazy.
You know what? I forgot to buy nicotine patches.
Huh?
I forgot to do that. I heard Dr. Hernandez say that last night, and I was about to go to Walgreens and buy the whole store.
Guys, it's already an hour and 20 minutes, guys, and we got curfew, and I still got to drive home. Michael, any last words?
No, I mean, just going back to the county, please, just give us the truth. Just you don't filter it. We can handle it. I appreciate more knowing the truth than guessing what to do. And give us some guidelines. I mean, what are we supposed to do when we find out that someone tested positive a month ago and never went back for a retest? Please give us those guidelines. Should we just assume that they're okay, or do we take, even more precaution, or what do we do? Should they be out on the street? So it's scary, and everybody's on high alert, and all we want is the truth, guys. So just please, Cameron County, City of Brownsville, I'll be watching tomorrow because, well, the one thing I do admire about Jessica Tetro, Commissioner Tetro, is that she is out there, and if you have any questions, she will respond to you. So I do admire that she's accessible to her to this residents, because I don't live in District 2, but I can reach out to her with a question and she'll respond. So I admire that. There's a lot of, as you know, Erasmo, there's a lot of commissioners or elected officials that don't even read a comment or a message that you send them. So I'll be watching tomorrow. I just want more transparency from elected officials, and I need to decide. Honestly, I'm with you. I think we need to start school from home.
Yeah, there's no option, guys. And again, teachers, parents, there's not a choice. Let's start at home. Keep my teachers at home.
Yeah, well,
my people at home.
And if we see the numbers going, say September, numbers going down, okay, let's wait it out one more month. October, the numbers going down. Okay, well, maybe we can have a little back to school for late November and December to get people acquainted already again. And then they go into their break, and then they come back into school. Like, let's play it by ear. Let's see where this is going. Are we getting worse? Or are we getting better? I mean, and we're getting better. Okay, well, guys, we're going to start in a month from now if the numbers continue to go down. Okay, we can deal with it. We can prepare for that. But if we just have uncertainty, then and nobody's saying anything, everybody's quiet, then we're lost, and we're running like crazy right now.
I don't believe Fauci crap. Frank, we gotta believe.
But we go back to the same thing that he said they weren't. Face coverings weren't necessary. Leave it up to the medical professionals because that's where the virus is. They came back and said, you know what? Wear anything, a bandana, anything's gonna save your life.
I think any mask is better than no mask. I agree with Dr. Saavedra. Guys, please cover that ugly mug. Please, folks. Please save us the irritation of having to look at your ugly face. Cover it up, please. And cover up that belly button, please, women. When you're out there at Walmart kissing people, cover that belly button full of lint, please, please. No, the other day, I go to thrift stores, that's my shopping. I go to thrift stores. I went to the thrift store, and there was a kid tirado en el piso, on the floor. And I thought maybe he had a seizure or something, you know? So I go and, you know, I went, well, maybe he fell down or something. So I went and did my little shopping. I found myself a nice brown jacket, which I'm going to wear tomorrow. You'll see it. It's amazing. It's really amazing. And then I come back y el huerco está tirado en el piso. So I go and the one of the guys was there working and, you know, and not there. And I go, hey, do you know if there's a kid aquí tirado en el piso? The guy goes, yeah. I said, and I looked at him, I go like, he shouldn't be there. Tell him to get up or I will tell him to get up. And, you know, and I'm going like, and the guy goes, okay, yes, sir. And he goes and tells the kid, hey, get up. No, the kid was asleep on the damn floor. Where were the parents of this huerco?
You know, and I have a 6, 5, and a 3-year-old, right? And the reason I don't go, you know, my 6-year-old, that kid is amazing. I mean, well behaved and everything. My 5-year-old, she'll listen. My 3-year-old will be licking the floor.
Yeah,
literally licking the floor, and that's why we don't go anywhere. I don't take them out anywhere. You know, my wife orders curbside. If we need anything from inside the store, I go. Because I'm already a little bit exposed, right? I don't have too many customers, but I am exposed to 10, 15 people a day. So since I'm already exposed, I'm the one that goes out. But we don't take our kids for the simple reason that my 3-year-old will literally be licking the floor.
I mean, the kid tirado en el piso, and yeah, the kid gets up. The kid must have been like 10 or 11.
Oh, yeah, está grande.
What the hell? You know, again, guys, going back, stop taking your kids all over the place. Damn it, leave them at home. Yeah. Your kids don't have to go with you to Walmart. You know, they're not your car buddy.
And let me just point out that a thrift store, more than likely, you're not buying anything that you need that for that day, right? No groceries were being bought there. No, you bought a jacket. I mean, it's okay. The business open. You're going by yourself. You bought a jacket.
I go myself.
But they were buying anything essential though to take your kid, right? To take your kid, like, oh, I have nobody to leave my kids with, and I have to go buy groceries because we have no food to eat. That's essential.
Yeah.
Ni modo, te la rifas, right? Like we say, vas a rifar, take your kids. Pero at a thrift store, I don't think there was anything essential they were buying to take their kid.
Keep your kids at home. Ventilation. And look, for Midas, you know, I love Maida. I wish Maida would come on one of these nights because Maida is on point. So Maida, if you're still listening, open invitation if you want to come on one of these nights because she's on point. Ventilation, most elementary schools are from the 70s. This is so true. They have serious mold issues. We talked about this, I think, yesterday. We talked about this yesterday, guys. I'm very concerned about our middle schools, especially Oliveira, Garza Elementary, Falk, Egley. I'm very, very concerned, guys. El Jardín. I'm very, very concerned because there's mold like a crazy in those buildings. Crazy. I mean, and look, my people aren't going to let me lie. People that work at those schools, they know it's true. Guys, all this stuff goes through the ventilation system, guys. It goes through the now, can you imagine the Rona? I mean, they're already talking about it being airborne and the ventilation system being, and you know what, and Michael, I believe it, bro.
I saw a report that mentioned a study that they made in China about patient zero and, you know, the ventilation, the way they were sitting and the ventilation. About 5 people ended up sick that were not sitting with him, but were directly in the path of the ventilation system. So that's scary.
It's very scary. In regards to the budget, Rosemary, and I understand the concerns in regards to the budget. Let me tell you, we are in an emergency situation. We have $215 million as a district. 217, I think. $217 million. Stashed away. It's called an emergency fund, Michael. And you know that this corrupt board does not want to touch the emergency fund. We're in an emergency. Touch the damn money. I mean, what the hell is that money there for?
It literally is there for an emergency, and I think we're in that spot right now.
It's an emergency. You got 207. Guys, the budget for the city of Brownsville isn't $200 million. the budget for the city of Brownsville isn't 200 million. Goodness gracious, guys, use the damn money. Guys, what is the money going to be any good for? We continue to lose people, our staff, to this horrible virus, our teachers, now our students. Listen, folks, $217 million in the general fund, rainy day for emergency situations. Hey, I don't think we're ever going to get a more emergency situation. Frankie, last words.
It's getting very scary. If we look at the Cameron County press release for tonight of the 100 of the positive cases that were presented, the majority of them were community based. So again, we see people who are still traveling, who are possibly still venturing out, who are still gathering in large groups. Maybe a large majority of them came from the island. But this is a very scary. We have our medical professionals advising us. Stay home, do not go out. Only go for essential items if you need to. Go to work and back. So it's very alarming. We got a couple 8-month-year-old, a couple 1-year-olds, some teenagers. When is this going to stop? Again, we just had 4th of July, which we expect the spike in numbers to continue to increase. So the first peak, so to speak, is nowhere to be near. So this is getting bad to worse very quickly. And this goes to show, that hopefully BISD, we know they're watching. Hopefully they're listening and following the direction of Los Fresnos. Los Fresnos will extend the start of the new school year to September, and I will bet my bottom dollar that a good majority of the school board members would entertain distant learning come Monday the 13th for their next school board meeting. The risk is here. Death is at our doorstep. What is BISD going to do? For far too long, we have allowed elected officials at BISD to sit back, to steal our money. And now they are affecting the livelihoods of our students, of our staff, and our community. The athletic program, they are set to go back next week, if I'm not mistaken. Is BISD going to put a halt to that? We have seen what happened to the individuals who went to band. They had to cancel that. What's going to happen, BISD? What are you going to do? The ball's in your court. You've been shown what you should do by Los Fresnos, a very small district. Now, are you going to bow down to the needs of the people, or are you going to slap us again in the face and say, you know what? I say what goes here and put our families at risk. I hope not. But they have not done what is best for our community. So again, November is coming very quickly. We hope to have candidates available that are willing to take this stance against these individuals, because enough is enough. And I'm sure our community, Michael and Erasmo, are tired of being lied to, of being stolen from, and we're tired of being slapped around during this COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you so much, guys. Michael, thank you so much, my friend, for your appearance, my man. It's always a pleasure. Tomorrow night, Erasmo Castro will be on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We will have Brownsville City Commissioner Jessica Tetreault tomorrow night at 9 p.m. answering our community's questions. We're very thankful for and excited for the lineup that we have coming up this week. We try to give our community a wide variety of guests to listen and to inform the public of what's going on in our area. Thank you so much, guys, for your patience. Our numbers are growing exponentially, and we're very, very appreciative. And we never fail to say we'll be here as long as you will let us, and I'm sure it will be for a very long time. Thank you so much, guys.
Tomorrow there will be a team testing in Mercedes. Be there by 6:30 in the morning. They test ages 5 and up. All you need is an ID and smartphone. So I'm going to post the information. Again, it was something that was just sent to me. Again, I'm not exactly sure it's in Hidalgo County, but again, if anybody else wants to go and do this, go out there. Again, I'm not recommending them. What I'm saying is check them out. It might be beneficial. Guys, thank you all so much for being here. One who I need support in the elections, I will try and help them out. Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate you, man. Love you. Thank you for all. Good night, guys. Stay safe. Stay away from each other. Get home before the curfew, Erasmo, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Mike. We'll see. Take me to lunch, Mike. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. in the morning. Be good to each other, and please be good to me. Bye.